So yeah, okay, Doctor Who. Um, so I mean, I guess I can't ask Frisbee because he's not here, but I guess he loses the right to be able to. It's not the right, but the chance to grab it if anyone wants to play the Doctor. Um, the Doctor is not required, uh, at all.
I'm
So,
going companion.
all right. So then I think Mhm.
No, I think. Are we all going companion? I think.
Joe, you wanna be the
I
Doctor?
presume if none of us play the Doctor, that you'll play the Doctor.
Yeah. Well, I'll deal with the Doctor.
Yeah,
And, yeah.
I think that kind of makes sense.
Do you want me to be
Right.
Doctor? I don't know. You guys want me to be Doctor? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's
I think I thought about it, but then I was like, I don't know. I think it's more fun for all of us to kind of be on the same level. You know.
Yeah, that is true. Because looking at the power.
Very cool.
That's what I mean, right? Like it feels.
Yeah, then we'll be the band. Then we'll be the band.
Yeah, like and it feels like the DM being the Doctor makes sense.
It makes sense. Yeah.
I mean,
Or
I'll still,
have an
I'll still
NPC
give
doctor.
Frisbee the chance if he wants
Right,
to.
right.
But if not, I'll just take care of the Doctor's role and how that goes. So
Yeah.
But no one needs to play the Doctor. The Doctor doesn't even technically need to be in the game, honestly. But that's part of it. But either way,
There are those episodes where the Doctor really doesn't do anything.
yeah. Shows up with like the last second for like some little cameo.
Yeah. I assume those. I've always assumed those were the episodes where like
The-
I don't know, there was like scheduling issues or something, and
The
the actor couldn't really be there.
number one episode ever voted like throughout all of Doctor Who
Oh,
was the
yeah.
one where the Doctor's barely in. The blink.
Yeah, don't blink.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't blink. And, yeah, that's
There's quite a few where the Doctor's very minimal impact. He's like
Thank you,
stuck in a
Jake.
room somewhere or something.
Now
Yeah.
we're not allowed to like not look at the screen, 'cause otherwise we die.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
I'll blow up a point at 3 anyway. So big even.
All right.
You can see me all 3 on my ears roots.
All right. So let's. So can everybody see the rule book?
I do see it.
Mhm.
If you're able to open it and look at it and see that actually be able to look at it. I don't know how that works. I just uploaded the PDF because it let me.
You can basically just scroll through the PDF.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the pages, I don't know. At times they just go completely black. I hope there's not important information on those.
Right.
But
Shit. Yeah. Well,
might be just loading issue.
I was out. I cannot access the rulebook, but I can access the character creation notes. So I'm just looking through it right now.
Can't see the rulebook.
No, I can't see the rulebook. No.
Yeah.
It's blank.
What?
No, I opened it up and it's blank, so it's.
Probably.
You
just
might
needs
let
to
it
load.
sit for. Let
It
it
might,
sit.
yeah, it might need to load. It might need to load. It took mine a second.
Mine had to load, but I mean, like I said, there's like 1 or 2 pages that were just black. I was like, okay, that's weird, but
There's
Oh, yeah.
also
Yeah,
a
yeah,
table
yeah,
of
yeah,
contents
yeah.
thing, so you can just go straight to that page if you need to.
Right, that's what I'm looking. So what are we looking for here? We're looking on the
We're at
table of
chapter
contents.
2, the Travelers.
Chapter 2.
Travelers in the fourth
okay, good.
dimension. Yeah, so basically this system is a roll 2d6 plus add your skills and attributes. That's pretty much as simple as it gets, There's not much more to that besides difficulty levels that you have to achieve, just like D&D and all the other RPGs. So the main difference in this is it's a lot of storytelling. It's all along the lines of Cthulhu in the sense that you're humans, and a laser will kill you. So keep that in mind. So you don't want to do anything too risky, but at the same time, you have to solve mysteries, and it's a lot like Cthulhu, just without the blatant horror.
blatant, just the cold vacuum of space. Got it.
Yep.
So you said it's a
void of time.
2d6 system. Is that what you said?
Yeah, 2d6 plus it'll add whatever attribute and like your awareness or whatever and conflict, whatever works together, and then that number equals your roll. So
right.
Let's see. We'll start with I'm gonna go by the book here. Flipping to the book. First thing you guys want to do is we're all gonna be humans. So no one's gonna be like a cyborg or an alien or anything. You're all going to be from modern day. But other than that, the concept's pretty open. I gave a little preview there with in the channel. Basically, no one knows who the Doctor is, but you have heard rumors of the Doctor. You have that poem, the Time War poem, like in your memory, but no one else seems to remember it besides you guys, which perplexes you. But other than that, you guys can basically be from any walk of life and anything you guys want to be. So first thing you guys want to do is come up with a concept for your characters before we get into attributes and stuff like that. So if you guys want to discuss what you guys want to like your concepts are, and then on your character sheets you can write down a concept, because there's no builder, so you just have to open the sheet and do it that way, type it in. Concept is generally, let's see, say like a couple words to describe your characters, like what they are. You know, like the Doctor, the concept, you know, he's the Doctor. He's stands for peace, helping people, and all that kind of stuff.
So we can just sort of make that up.
Yeah, there's no list. You just make
that's
that
like
up.
that's a narrative decision.
Yeah, narrative.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I have one more there. That's cool. Yeah, you know, yeah, up one more Earth, 315 then.
What?
Earth 315.
No, Earth is
Multiverse. We have the multiverse.
No, you're all from regular Earth.
Oh damn. All right. That's right.
Regular Earth, Joe.
Regular 2025 Earth.
Not Amazonian
Okay,
Princess Earth.
Okay, so do we start with concept is usually like the first thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
What's the concept here?
All right. Does anybody have any ideas for their?
I definitely have an idea.
Oh, good. I'd love to hear it because I don't. I have several, but nothing's too
Mine's
solid.
gonna
I was
be
mostly relying on basing it on
my character. I think he thinks he's a time traveler. Actually, you know, it's stuck in his head that he's a time traveler, a totally bodacious and excellent time traveler who happens to be in a band from San Dimas, California.
San Dimas, huh?
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna put my character as a mechanic.
Okay.
He can fix any car or anything of that, any plane or whatever. It's like he's really good mechanic.
Yeah, that's a good simple concept that works. Regarding the San Dimas guy, why does he think he's a time traveler?
Oh,
I was just about to ask.
He's already been on some adventures. He's been on some adventures.
He believes this. He actually believes.
Does. He actually believes.
Okay.
He walked into a phone booth and went time traveling with his best friend, who is now missing. But yeah, he's totally sure that he's been a time traveler. Maybe his friend's lost in time. So yeah, he's dead set on finding.
Shockingly, I've never seen that movie.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna get the references, but I do know what you're talking
it's totally
about.
Excellent.
Really? Okay. Okay, interesting. Okay, so your guy's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's cool.
Because presumably this didn't actually happen.
No, it didn't.
So you think that okay, so you're kind of a little out there. Seems like Joe's very grounded here.
I'm not that grounded, dude. No, I'm not that grounded.
No, you're just a mechanic, though, right?
Yeah. That's right. I'm a mechanic, but there's other things my character do. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Except to find out when you play.
Well, yeah, but don't we have to build connections here first?
Yeah, you will
also
have to
before we start.
We'll get to that.
So I think, look, obviously, like you don't have to reveal like all of your secret stuff, but I think we need a little bit of somebody's got to be connected to you, and I presumably we'll all be connected. Yeah, that's later, of course.
Yeah, that's after a couple things here.
What do I want to go with? Because I feel like the party might need somebody a little more grounded. Because I was initially thinking something a little more out there, but I don't think we want to have too much of that.
Perfectly balanced.
I was basically gonna be, if anybody's ever seen the show Spaced, I was gonna be.
Oh yeah. Go
I was
ahead.
gonna be Nick Frost from Spaced, but
Hey, soldier.
yeah, it's one of my all-time favorite shows. But I guess I could be Nick Frost. I'm dead set on being Nick Frost. I guess I'll say that. I guess I'll be him from At World's End. He's the
He's the
straight-laced one.
accountant. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a wild man in there.
Isn't there the one where he's like in some kung fu show?
He is. Oh, Into the Badlands.
Yeah.
He's actually like a badass in that show. Yeah. Yeah, he goes all different directions, but I'm a big fan, so I think maybe, I don't know. I have to think about it because I was definitely leaning towards Spaced version. I think that might be too much. I think that might be too many people that are out there. Let me think. Okay, what would my concept be? Because I didn't know what chapter to look in, so I didn't actually get to pre-read any of these things, but I probably should have. So concept is basically like what our character's about.
Yeah.
Like, is this like core belief, or is this more external? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, is this like an internal, like, my character deep down is this person?
This is how it describes. This is how it describes it in the book. It says, imagine you go into a job interview and they ask you that most bizarre question that stumps you straight away. Describe yourself in a couple of words.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, like, examples would be doctor, probationary police officer, retired bus driver, trainee electrical engineer, mechanic.
Oh, so more or less your job.
Very general.
I was thinking something a little more fundamental. I was thinking like, what is my character's core concept of themselves, which maybe is deeper than what we're discussing here.
It's a concept your job, dude.
Too far.
Yeah. I guess I will go. I guess I'll go. Recently divorced accountant.
That works. That works.
It was a bad breakup because I'm still deeply in love. But she left me for my boss, and so there's yeah. Private accountant. He's rich,
and
so I have to keep working for him.
Yep.
Yeah, so I basically have to go into work every day and see her with him, and it's not a good situation.
I can see why you want to get away from the Earth then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think it gives me good motivation to like look for something else.
The entire office goes
that's
your
my
salary
concept.
too. That's the worst part.
Yes, it's terrible. Yeah, I know. Well, the worst part is, after he took my wife, he actually didn't give me a raise. Is the thing though? It's like he passed me over for promotion and a raise. It's kind of like, I'm starting to get a little miffed. Let's just say that. I think that's my character in a nutshell. These terrible things happen. And he's a little miffed.
She makes more than you, but you have to pay her alimony.
Yeah, it is. It's this weird complication because of all this legal stuff. Yeah, so I do actually have to pay her alimony as well as child support, even though we don't have children, which is unusual.
Yeah, that's a strange.
I did get this nice new studio apartment though, which is cool. She got the house. She did get the house. But the new studio is not bad. I mean, I only have to kind of lean over my bed to cook, so
the inflatable bed.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I can cook from my bed.
Up into the wall.
It is a Murphy bed. Yes. Yes.
It's getting great.
I consider the rat my roommate, which is nice. Yes, I think this. He does. He has not yet told me, and I'm just a little too shy to ask. So yes, my character is starting to develop. I think he's a very, very sad man.
I got my character is just like Charlie Harper from 2.5 Men.
Oh, okay. That should be an interesting combination.
He's a whole bunch of chicks. Get slapped in the face all the time. That's what it is.
Should be an interesting combination, yours and mine.
Yeah, that's what it is. I want Jake to get slapped in the face all the time. That's what it is.
Well, after the concept, the next thing you want to fill in is your focus. Now, your focus is basically what makes your character tick, like who they are, what is their, why are they? You know, like a doctor would be a healer, right? It's like what do they focus on in life? And this
so is this more like passion? It's like personal.
Yes, it actually says here describes the character's drive, passion, and motivation. But
okay.
it's going to.
So this is more existential.
Well, this actually has mechanical benefits too, and hindrances.
Oh.
So you want to be able to choose a focus that is both can both help you and hinder you, because kind of like games like Fate, there's situations where you want to play the negative so you can get story points.
I have a good voice, my guy.
It could be as simple as a single word.
I know.
Music, man.
Okay, so this is the focus.
Mm-hmm. Focus, yes.
Okay. Do we know exactly what it helps us with?
Yeah. If
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No, go ahead.
If you play to your focus in a positive way, if it relates to one of the rolls you have to make, you get an extra D6 bonus to that roll. But if you play to the flaw in your focus, the flaw, you get a story point,
which you can then use later potentially.
Yeah, to do many things, including save your life if you get about to be shot.
So sort of Fate-like.
Yeah, just kind of like
in that way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Story points are going to be
Excellent.
passed around and passed in and out constantly, so it's a very important thing.
Okay, so
what are?
Do we have any examples here? I'm looking to.
Driving still instead of the cars. That's what my guy has.
Just so I have some idea of what we're talking about here.
I got. My character's voice is driving still instead of the cars. That is.
Okay.
That's my character's voice.
One of the examples here is from the show, the character Rory. He's a medical nurse, so his focus would be oath. Like he has a oath to help people.
I gotcha. This is a broad sort of outlook thing.
Yeah, so it's and then, like I said, it should have a positive benefit and a hindrance. So,
right. So oath would be you're loyal, but also that can be a hindrance if it gets you in trouble.
Yeah, you could possibly get yourself killed trying to run in to help somebody, help heal somebody.
Right. Okay, I see.
Yeah, and as you got, that's how my character's voice is driving still the car. If he gets busted, he gets cut by the cops. But if he's still the car, he's caught free. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Okay, I'm trying to find it in the book.
Focus is page 28.
I got my focus as negative positive to it. That's why I put it there.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong section. What would my guy? He's such a sad sack. What would his focus be?
Sad sack. Yeah, he's sad.
But even people like that, they have some usually they have a deep passion somewhere.
Been crushed
it's just
for years
buried.
now.
It's just it's exactly right. Like a lot of people, he's sort of a wage slave, but somewhere in there's a
loyal.
Now that you're away from your ex.
Yes.
I got everybody in the world has something motivating them anyway.
And the focus also has it'll eventually have 3 levels of intensity, which will give different bonuses actually. So when you basically just have your focus normal, how it starts, you get, like I said, you get the 1 extra D6 for the roll and a story point for the flaw. But if it's a serious situation and you're really getting in deep with your focus, you would get 2 extra dice and keep the best, and then or you'd flaw, you get 2 story points. And if you like had it was like life or death situation with your focus, you would automatically get +6 to the roll, and you would get, for the flaw, you would get experience points to help improve your character. But that's like very, it's more of a rare thing because intense focus doesn't happen every day.
Okay, so I'm thinking something like restraint. Would that make sense? Well, so like my idea is like this character, because I'm already starting to develop how this character became this way, right? Like maybe something in his past he was not restrained enough, and he did something he shouldn't have done, or somebody got hurt, and so then he becomes overly deferential to people. Do you know what I mean? Like to avoid. I don't know if you know
we don't want
real
to see him
time, like
Hulk
kind of
out.
the parent thing. Yeah, exactly, right. He's afraid to Hulk out, and so he goes the other way, pretty much, right, to try to maintain control. I guess it is kind of like at World's End. Yeah. He was a wild man at one point, but so would restraint be the right thing? Is that what we're looking at? Like, it's not exactly his motive. Well, I guess it is his motivation for how he behaves with people.
Yeah,
But
that
maybe
could
it's not quite the right thing.
restraint could work with both the positive and the flaw. You use restraint in, well, like what are you restraining from, like anger or something like that.
Right.
And then,
Presumably, yes.
And then if you want to play the flaw, you would just give into that anger.
Gotcha.
And,
that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So that's the right idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I got my focus as rocking out. I want to rock out whenever I can, but sometimes it's inappropriate to rock out.
That is true. If we're trying to sneak around, it's not a good time to rock out.
So...
Yeah, I can see that one. You're sneaking down a hallway, and then you see like an alien guitar, like you're like,
you don't have
well,
to
I guess
sing
it
the
could
song.
kind of be general too, right? It's kind of like a self-control thing, right? Or a lack of self-control thing, right? Like
it does play to that, because like you could do like I said, you play into the flaw, or you play into the
right
positive part of it.
I guess how general are these supposed to be? Because like rocking out could also be like you do everything to maximum velocity. Do you know what I mean? Like even if it's not a good idea, right?
Like I said, there's varying levels of intensity for it. So, but it basically just needs to be a single word. It says try to come up with a single word that describes your character's focus. Do they strive to help the sick, the injured, or the victimized, or do they have a strong moral compass that determines their actions? Will they refuse to fight, doubt the strange, or rely on science? Basically, it's what makes your character tick. The driving force that pushes them. There could be the reason that they do what they do. Their passion, their motivation.
Jay, where are we on here anyway? It's on focus or it's cool?
Yeah, focus.
Like I'm trying to look for another example here. Like the character Yaz, she's a probationary police officer. Her focus would be the law. So basically, she makes sure people try to do things, they don't do illegal things. They do the straight edge kind of way. And she could get a story point from basically not joining in on you guys breaking into a house to steal something, for instance. Or she could stop you guys and get the extra roll, yeah, focus is a little bit of a difficult one. Even for me, it was. Had to read it several times.
Yeah, it's kind of I think I get it.
Another example could be choosing Dreamer as your focus. It could provide a bonus when coming up with stories, imagining the impossible, or thinking outside the box. However, it could be a downside because you get a bit distracted and unfocused when they're not actively involved in the situation. And the next section will be experiences, like background experiences, which we'll get into.
Sounds like we already have some of those.
Yeah, well, these will be special ones. So, still thinking, or are you ready to move on?
I'm ready to move on. I don't know what other people.
I'm good to move.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So experiences. You're gonna have two types of experiences that you're gonna want to put down on your sheet: a personal background experience and a shared background experience. For personal, obviously, it's something that's happened to you in your character's life, only you, and the shared background experience is what's going to link you guys together. But we'll start with the personal background experience. There's a table if you want to roll for a random one, or you could basically just make up any kind of personal background experience that would something personal to you, an event in your past that you would think would be interesting and could give your character the edge they need on their adventures. Could be a significant.
I'll roll. Well, I have to roll there.
All right, it's under tables. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see here.
Page 31.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I have it in. I actually made a table in roll 20.
Oh, that'd be great.
The 1, 2, 3, 4. The 1, 2, 3, 4 thing.
Under the tab where the macros and stuff are at, and decks and rollable tables are at the bottom. Can you see those?
Which?
Yeah, personal background, shared background.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's over it. Yep.
Alright, so roll personal background. Alright, cool. I'll roll.
You know someone famous.
Know someone famous. Alright, I know someone famous.
Dude, neat. No.
I know someone famous. Probably Doctor Who. Probably Doctor Who.
I spelled that wrong, but you survived the crash. Yes.
Okay. Well, I actually, this is kind of similar to the idea I had, which was sort of tied to my focus, but I imagine that he hulked out at one point while he was being held in a bank during a bank robbery, and he attacked one of the gunmen, and I don't know. That seems like it could give him an edge, but it's also
You guys can use the table as many times as you want. You can come up with whatever you want. Just whatever works for your character.
Went on a school trip with.
I mean, I think we all.
I know who I went. I went on a school trip with my good friend Theodore.
That's for the. That's for shared background. The shared background. The shared background is basically it connects you guys.
I thought I hit personal.
Yeah. It's shared background connects you to other players. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry. I was looking at the personal one. Okay.
The
it keeps coming up. There it is. I had to scroll down.
Yeah.
My friend disappeared. Yeah, that was the one I was like, oh, my friend Bill disappeared.
The shared background experience, it can either be with one of the other players, or it can be with a character, an NPC that you both know, or even at a location that you both have special significance with. So you don't have to be directly to each other, but say you both visited the Grand Canyon at different times in your lives and had a special experience there. That could be a connection for a background experience. It's for a shared.
Okay, so on shared, are we on shared?
Yeah. It says I'm technically supposed to go around the table and ask each person individually what their shared background experience is.
Okay, so I guess the first question for me is, where's everybody from, roughly? Because I actually was planning on having my character be from England. So I could have taken a trip to the States, though, I imagine. Back before my life was a misery.
Alien hunting?
Well, I did. Well, not just hunting. I mean, we did find one. His name was Paul, and as you can tell, I'm a big fan of Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. I've seen all their shit. But I actually like that movie a lot. I think it didn't do that well, but I'm a fan. Oh yeah, Seth Rogen is the voice of the alien, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I easily could have come to America. I don't know where Joe's from, but
he's I'm from France, but I grew up in England, so I probably know you. Already know you.
I think I'm trying to break out by playing the English pubs.
Oh, that could work. Yeah,
There you go.
I mean, I imagine easily enough. I met Joe when I had to buy a used car because the wife did get. She did get the Land Rover, but I did buy a very nice what would I have bought?
Wait.
Oh no, an old Pontiac. They're not making more, and so I had to bring it to Joe's garage maybe or something.
Yeah, you fix it in my garage.
Yeah.
Tournament, man.
And so then, Joe, what was wrong with the car?
Oh, easy. Yeah. Well, Hainer, sir, it needed new struts.
Okay, new struts.
Yes, and perhaps you were kind enough to let me finance that because I don't have the money at the moment to afford that.
Probably. You don't know.
Yes, I did have to get a loan from my ex-wife at a very steep penalty to buy the car in the first place. So.
And
you're really borrowing it from her.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote her a check and then I borrowed some of it back, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah. Morphine. About my experience, it's one of my shopping.
Yeah, I think that's a good connection.
It's on my shop.
And once everybody has those both filled out,
I need a shared one for you guys.
Well, like I said, I could have come to the States if you were playing out in England. That could work too.
I think it'd be easier if. Well, I'm putting I lost my friend. I know he's last seen in the London underground pub scene, so I'm going to London, playing the underground pubs to see if I can find my friend.
Yeah.
I don't know how I run into one of you guys.
Yeah. Well, I got as their my characters are drunk each other, so he goes to bars all the time.
Yeah, and then
that's where he met me at a pub.
Probably Morthling too, right? You're like drinking out your sorrows.
Well, I am a teetotaler, but I do have to regularly go to bars because my boss is a very wealthy man who invests in a lot of things, but he likes to make sure they're sound investment, and so he does send me to go look in on them.
Yeah. So I'll sound. We met. I'll sound.
It's Bill.
Yeah. I'll sound. We met Bill in the bar then. Pub.
Yeah.
Drinking English ale. That's all I'll say about
it. Between sets. Yeah.
Drinking English ale between sets. That's all good.
So then you all have, once you have all those written down, let me know.
Going to shop and also in a pub.
I'll need your names once you guys come up with them.
Yeah, I was just thinking I need to. I don't have any names here, but I'll have to.
Yeah. So if you guys need Bill, I'll call my guy Ted. Bill and Ted, baby.
Yeah. Dude, my friend's named Ted.
That's how you my character Ted. That's Bill.
I'm gonna call you Other Ted.
Ted 2.
Bill and Ted, enjoy, baby.
Ran into Other Ted and
Bill and Ted are awesome, man. Yellow Bill and Ted, man. Bill and Ted are awesome.
Bill and Other Ted.
I'll be Other Ted. It's all right.
All right.
No, for this whole campaign, I'm referring to you as Other Ted. Everybody else is gonna call you Ted, but I'm gonna call you Other Ted because that's Bill.
Yeah, you're Bill. You're Bill. I'm Ted. That's awesome. Who's Ted? Who's Ted? Who's Ted here?
Wait, what was it in the Bogus Journey where they had they had the bag ones, right? They had the clones.
Yeah, the clone Bill and Ted's episode.
The Bogus Journey.
That was hilarious, man. Oh yeah, that's so funny.
Okay, so the next step, if you guys are ready.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next step, we're getting into the mechanical parts now. So, attributes. So if you look at your character sheet, you see the 6 attributes, and they're almost pretty self-explanatory. Awareness, like perception. Well, I get this written down, like some notes here, but coordination, dexterity, ingenuity is like intelligence, presence is like charisma, resolve is like will, and strength is like strength. There you go. So you have 18 points to spend. Each stat has to have at least 1, and the maximum you can have is let me see. I think it's 6.
5. It's 5. It's 5.
Oh yeah,
5.
5.
Is it 5?
Yeah.
No, it says 6. It says none above 6 for attributes. However, you're probably not going to want to waste all your points on that, because whatever points you don't spend on attributes, you get to use for your skills. Also, if you have at least, whatever you don't use for attributes, you get to put to skills. Let's see here. There's another part to that. Okay, now so that's all there is to that. Yeah, you're nothing can go above 6. Everything has to have at least 1. You have 18 points, and whatever you don't spend on those attributes can go into your skills.
Well, I'm gonna bring some skills down. They need skills anyway, so 1 here and 1 here.
And average humans attributes are all, the average is 3 for every one of them for an average human.
And then that would leave you none for skills, right?
Yep.
Okay. So is that the typical build?
That is the plain Jane, regular human, everyday human, not
right. So to
anyway.
get any skill, like let's say we've just put 1 in 1 skill. How impactful is that potentially?
There's a note that kind of, if you look at the character creation notes, he gives a little breakdown on that.
Oh yes, I did do that.
Oh,
I
nice.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's actually kind of nice.
I didn't get to make that as detailed as I wanted to, but I ended up writing it in a notebook after that. Yeah.
Still, I think I like it. It kind of explains like different levels. What do you want to be? Yeah.
Yeah. So are either of you two doing anything funky with your points?
I'm making my presence a little bit higher than normal.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
And coordination, because I need to jam out.
Yeah, I guess we should make it, kind of to our
you know,
guys. So I think I should.
I put a present at 1 anyway.
I was gonna say my presence should probably be pretty bad, right? Because
mine's at 1 anyway. So.
I guess what I'm asking is anybody saving any points to put into skills?
Yes, I am. Hand morphing. I'm saving 4 points for skills.
4 points.
Yeah, I got 4 points for skills. Also, yeah.
Like as you got, I have a 3, a 4, a 4, and 3 1s in my attributes.
I got
skills.
2, 2, 2.
Well, you have to have a minimum of 1 in each attribute, right?
1, 4.
Yeah.
I did forget to put presence there. I apologize. Presence is not on that list on the character list.
Oh yeah.
It's not in there, but that's the dexterity one or charisma one. So
yeah.
So there aren't a ton of overlap. What are you guys putting in your skills in two, so that we want to be somewhat rounded. I imagine.
Yeah. I have athletics. I have technology and transport. They fix vehicles for transport. There.
I think I might go survival.
I also have craft. I also have craft here.
Do you want to wait a second before you fill out your skills?
Oh.
Because there's a little bit different thing to that. Right now it's just attributes.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But when you get to skills, I'll just go to that part now. You also get 18 points for your skills, plus whatever you brought over from attributes. The highest a skill can go...
Gotcha. No, that makes sense.
The highest a skill can go is 5. And if you put 3 points in a skill, you can do a specialization for another point. Like, for a character I made an NPC, I put conflict, and their specialization is karate. So that means they're, martial artists. They get a +2 to any kind of karate checks. You do you don't have to do specializations, but you can. And if you don't, you can only ever get 2 more during the process of your character's life. So, whatever specializations you start with, you can only get 2 more ever. After that. Remember, a specialization costs 1 point, so... You already have
and is there a list? Is there a list of specializations, or do we just... That's also kind of... Like, is it something where we'll like you said karate, so you just picked that, you just came up with that, and then is it something you'd narrate when you get to that point?
Yeah, I grabbed that out of the book. It's actually, if you go to page 41, actually 42 is where it starts. At the end of every skill, it'll list the specializations. They're examples. So you can make up one of your own, but they're examples there. But like I said, you don't have to do a specialization.
Right. Okay, what is...
Also, when it comes to attributes, your character eventually can raise, I think, 2 attributes. You get 2 attribute points ever in your character's existence. So, like, extra, you can earn. So if you train, you could, raise something twice or raise 2 things once. But that's all your character can get as a human.
So a lot of our skills are going to have 0, right?
Yeah, the skills can have 0,
okay,
yes.
Just double checking, okay. Because just with 18 points to spread, that's not going to leave a ton.
Well, yeah, is there 18 points, but plus every breed of attributes.
Yeah, but I'm not sure why I would bring a lot over from attributes, right? Like, I don't...
Oh, is the only attribute all 3? That's pretty cool. Nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm not putting them all at 3. I'm sort of rebalancing them. But yeah. But if I bring too many points over from there, my attributes are gonna be terrible, right? Like they're,
It's a balance.
Yeah, exactly, right. And so I'm trying to. This is always the difficulty, is trying to find that right balance. There's no perfect balance, right?
Right. There just isn't. Every character is good at something, and they're not good at other things. So.
Yep. And so that's where we're at. Okay, so I don't think my character is very athletic because his coordination is not good either, which I think makes sense. Well, actually, does it? Are either of you putting like athletics?
Yeah, I am. Basically, my character does it. He's this way. He works at cards all the time. So
I may not specialize in it. I might just put 3. But
yeah, I guess I don't know exactly which ones are going to be the most important in the game.
I mean, you can also go above 3 without specializing, just to make that clear.
Right, because if you do 3 in a specialization, the number is still 3, right? The specialization costs you a point.
Yeah, but the specialization will give you a +2 if it's specific
That specific thing, I see. So if you had a 3 and a specialization as karate, you'd actually have a 5 if it came down to using karate.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, now the difficulty of trying to make these to balance my points.
I'm debating. Should I?
I know it's.
No, should I put a 3 in conflict and then buy a specialization for smashing guitars? Guitar's expensive.
Is anybody putting a lot in convince?
Oh, I am. Yeah, that's definitely actually one I am gonna use.
Okay.
I gotta get the crowd. Actually,
I know. I think I need to stop worrying about if we're going to step on each other's toes, because I think there's going to be a certain amount of overlap. Because like all these games, right? It comes down to the point where certain skills are useful for everybody to have, and some are very, very niche, right? And so we're probably all going to have overlap in the important skills, like some conflict skills, right? Like that feels like it's just going to be useful for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like fighting.
Yeah, conflict is fighting, so yeah, that would save your ass in a situation where you have to, fight.
Yeah.
I think conflict also does. They got rid of the skill marksman, which is weird. That was in first edition. They had marksmen, so like shooting guns and stuff. They got rid of that one. That would probably be not coordination. That would probably be conflict and coordination put together.
This is the thing I always have by far the most trouble with in character creation. I'm never happy with my choices mechanically. There's also the element of I don't exactly know what skills are going to be super useful. I mean, I can guess at some.
You never know, because we have no idea where we're going in time or space.
Well, and that's the thing, right? Conflict might not. I mean, conflict seems like it's almost universally going to be at least somewhat useful, but like, I don't know. Intuition, is that going to be useful? Maybe.
Could be, yeah.
Could be, like knowledge. I'm thinking about maybe.
Like
yeah, exactly, right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, so then I think I probably should. I'm trying to actually build my character like what he would have based on the character I've designed. So like, I feel like he would actually be highly intuitive because he's basically reading people to see what they need, and so he could just like stay out of their way. So I feel like actually, he probably should have a fair amount in that. So you guys both pulled 4 over from attributes?
Yeah.
No. I did that. But I pulled 2 from attributes now.
I pulled 4 because I have one.
So your attributes aren't that great then?
No.
Yeah. Like,
I have one good attribute, and then the rest are mediocre, and one really shitty one.
So what did you put in your good one? How many?
I put a 4.
Oh, you're considering 4 good. Okay, because right now I have 3 with 4. So okay, I'm balancing this a little differently. Okay, gotcha. I'm just trying to match it to what my character actually is going to be, because I think it's kind of annoying to like power game thing where it's like, well, this is my character's narrative, but also he's good at all these things he shouldn't be good at. Like, I try to avoid doing that. You know what I mean? Where it's like, well, I think my character actually would be physically strong because he's sort of like the Hulk, but I don't think he would.
How many points do I have? 5.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I'm constantly checking how many points I have. What I usually do is I put an even amount in all the ones I think I want, and then I just subtract and add.
When you buy a specialization, okay, let me go through this. You put 3, you spend a point,
and then it costs you another point. Your score is still 3, except when you use that skill, it's then 5.
Right.
So I think I'm gonna buy. one at
Okay,
least
so my skills
for
3. And
conflict.
+2.
And to make it even worse, you can have more than one specialization in any skill as well.
Oh, can you?
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense, right? You could do Taekwondo and karate if you wanted.
Yeah, weightlifting and karate, or whatever combination.
Right.
5, 6, 7, 8.
I don't think I would be good at convince. It's like the antithesis of my character, right? Like, he can't convince people to do anything.
Right. That makes sense.
Right? Like, so yeah, I think I'm putting none in that.
I thought it was just you had a bad lawyer, but it's like both a bad lawyer and you couldn't get the judge.
No, I actually, yeah, no, I let the lawyer walk all over me too, and the judge, and then I apologized, which was the crazy part.
Your ex-wife referred to the lawyer.
That's the reason why lawyers. That's why you're paying child support, because the lawyer.
Yes. Like... The lawyer thought it would be a gesture of goodwill, and I just couldn't bring myself to disagree.
You're paying child support for the cat.
I'm paying child support for her potential future children with somebody else. Who is also my boss. I feel bad for this guy too, but hopefully this campaign is going to be his resurrection. He's going to find a new life, a new lease on life here. Because I am making him like smart and strong, but he's
I'm
like
totally down for like
no confidence.
Rocking and partying out. That I want you to rock out and party out. I'm making it my mission.
Exactly.
To fix you.
I think that's where I'm leaning. I'm leaning towards like my guy actually does have some solid skills. Like he's smart and he's actually surprisingly strong in like the muscle gut kind of way, but like a lineman kind of build.
Yeah.
But also, he has no confidence at all, and so he doesn't. Nobody actually knows he has these abilities. I think is what I'm going with. So his presence is a 1. If it could be a 0, it would be. I think his intuition actually probably has to be good because he has to read people so that he doesn't offend them. Attack, I don't think is going to be my thing. Or are you guys putting into a lot of skills, or are you just like kind of stacking up a few?
Yeah. I stacked up. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skills.
Yeah. So you're
yeah,
not quite.
I get confidence of 0, convince of 0, intuition of 0, medicine of 0, and science of 0.
Okay. That actually gives us some good balance, because I have some of those.
4 zeros, and I got 3s and 2s, and then one of them's a 3 with a specialization. What?
Yeah. Right, because you could have 6 with 3, so that's the baseline I start with. And then no, if you did 6 with 6 with 3, you wouldn't get a specialization, but I probably will give myself a specialization. I feel like it would be less fun to not have one specialization, right?
Yeah. Is the specialization a 4 on that?
So the specialization, you leave the score as a 3, but whatever the specialization is counts as an extra point. So you have spent the point.
All right.
Right.
Yeah. So
if you add the numbers up, if you have a specialization, you add the numbers up, you should only have 17 points, not 18.
Yeah. So I have convince as my 3, and I bought the specialization charm.
That makes sense.
Cost an extra, because I like to perform. I need to charm the crowd.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to specialize in intuition with insight.
Yeah. I want technology repair.
Ooh, that's a good one. Actually,
yeah, I think that's a good one. No, I was thinking for you that would be a good one.
I'm anyway. That's why I'm anyway. That's why I do repair.
Exactly. I think that would make sense. Yeah, I'm going. insight.
You have a broken TARDIS. Fix it.
I might actually.
Yeah, fix it.
I think I'm actually gonna take 2 specializations.
We have a broken TARDIS now. Fix it. Otherwise, we're gonna be stuck here for one whole episode.
Pretty much. And it got that happens a lot too. Broken TARDIS man. Holy shit.
Like in the show, it's either broken or lost. They have to come up with clever ways of separating them from the TARDIS.
Yeah, it's a huge element of it. Yeah, that is true.
It's true. Yeah,
being stuck in it, being stuck out of it. One person in, one person out.
Yeah. See, so I'll fix TARDIS every time it's broken. Then that sounds sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but useful to have. I mean, it's better that we have it than not. And maybe at some point you can get a sonic screwdriver, which would be fucking cool.
Awesome.
Sick.
Possibility.
I already have a sonic device. My axe. Sonic axe. Where's our equipment?
That would cost a guitar would cost a story point.
No matter what, I'm gonna have to buy a sonic axe.
Like even like a regular guitar, like basically what it says for equipment is anything like normal that you would have on you, like a bag, like a backpack with whatever would be in a backpack, that kind of stuff. Anything special, you have to spend a story point to get.
So you're saying a 6-string acoustic is free, but if I want the electric guitar, a Gibson, I need a story point. And an amp.
For Gibson, you might need more than one. That's a pricey guitar.
Well, I mean, they don't do like special technology things like like open any door, so it wouldn't cost that many story points. So whenever everyone's ready with that,
what are you talking about? You don't know the ladies I date. It opens up just fine.
By the way, if anyone wants to look at what the story points actually do in this game, it's on page 81.
Yeah. 81.
And these are the points that you earn when you use your focus.
Yeah, when you play to your negative part of your.
Play to the negative. Right.
Or if you do anything cool, or anything like you play to your character's personality, anything like special, I can just throw them out as often as I want to, honestly. So.
Oh yeah. So it's kind of like yeah, that makes sense. I'm almost at a loss for what to put my skill points in, like, because I don't feel like I don't know. There's certain things like, what am I gonna just throw a couple in medicine? Like I don't feel like that's realistic.
Nah, I mean,
like, so I guess I'll stack up the ones I'm good. I don't know. I only have. Did you like spread them even? Just like put like a point in stuff?
No, I have 3s and 2s, and then I bought one, took it up, bought a specialization, and then I have I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. So. Yeah.
I had 8 zeros in my skills.
3, 4.
You only have 4?
Yeah. Well, I brought over 4 points from my.
Oh yeah, you also brought over points.
So my attributes aren't that great. I have like 2s and 3s and 1 4.
Yeah, I have 3 4s of my attributes and a 3.
Yeah, I'm not.
So yeah, I guess yeah, that's the difference. Because I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure what this is going to be. So I'm trying to just be like, what would this character actually have?
Yeah, so I'm more amorphous jack of all trades.
I guess I should just throw a couple points into other things, because I do have 5 I haven't spent on skills. I'm just not sure what to do with them. I guess I would be a crafter, right? I'd definitely be a hobby guy.
Yeah. So you probably like model trains or model planes.
Yeah, like yeah, I think so. I think I'm definitely a miniatures guy. I definitely love miniatures.
He's recreating
I have a full
old battles and.
Well, Yeah, I also have the one I keep hidden in the closet under a blanket, which is it's a house that looks like my old house with a perfect married couple inside. It's very sad.
It's definitely not a shrine. Definitely not.
Well, it's not because it makes me cry usually when I'm building it or looking at it. So yeah, it's I don't worship it. It's almost like, it's like a knife I used to stick myself with sometimes. It just let's see, how many have I spent?
That should be a trait you have, masochist.
Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be one of his traits.
Because traits, if you give yourself traits, if you play to those traits, you can also get story points.
Oh, yeah, I definitely will have some traits because I can think of a few that would be very fitting.
You would put those under distinctions whenever you.
Those are under distinctions. Where
there's no
is
spot
oh,
for
I see
anymore for some reason, but that's where.
Oh, okay.
Is there a reason why? Huh. Okay. That's weird.
What's that?
Oh, well, at the top we have Time Traveler. That's where I'm putting all my stuff, and then Time Machine. Oh, that's the Time Machine. But then I put the picture in the wrong spot. Okay.
Yeah, time machine would be if like you have your own TARDIS or something.
Mm.
I think this thing is here. Let's delete that.
And the TARDIS does have a personality, so that kind of does. It would kind of go.
Oh man, I can't even read what the things say when I type into the distinction stuff because it's like gray writing on a gray background.
Oh, you have dark mode on.
I'm in dark mode like a normal person.
Yeah, that's the problem. You got for Roll20, you got to turn on dark mode.
Oh no, I hate turning on dark mode. Oh,
it'll fix
it though. Burn your eyes.
Oh my god, it looks so bad. It's terrible. Oh, I'm going back. I'm going back. I can't look at that. I haven't looked at a white screen in 2 years. I can't do it. It really is ugly.
I like white mode, like the light mode or whatever, because.
Oh, do you?
It keeps me
awake.
It keeps me
awake. I used it for so long, like after people started using dark mode, and finally I moved over, and I just can't go back now. Like, it's just so much more like relaxing on my eyes.
Yeah.
I have everything in dark mode, so when I can't use it, it is like shocking. So I've kind of created my own problems here because like now I have to suffer because I've acclimated to.
Distinctions is something like distinctions themselves you don't have to worry about because everyone's just going to be human. No one's going to be anything special like cyborg or telepath, or at least not to start with anyway. I mean, it could possibly happen, but starting off, everyone would just write for the regular distinction would just be human.
For distinction, okay.
No, I'm gonna put mine as awesome human.
Didn't you also say that's where we would put things?
Traits.
What else? Traits.
Yeah.
Okay.
So awesome human would be a trait.
When I click.
Yeah, is there a section with different traits, or is that another thing we kind of just make up?
That's just something you make up. They got rid of the actual section for that in 2nd edition for some reason. They made it so much more generalized.
Okay, I am putting in emotional masochist. I am 100% that.
That'll probably earn you some story points.
Yeah, there's definitely an element of my character that leans into being sorrowful. Like he
just accepts it.
Yeah, he accepts it, and you know that thing where if you're really upset, you almost try to think of things that make you more upset. Sometimes there's this weird catharsis for it. He lives in that. You know what I'm talking about? Am I the only person that does that?
I know. Yeah.
You get pissed off about something, and all of a sudden you're thinking things that pissed you off 3 weeks ago that you'd already gotten past for some reason. You're like, yeah, and also this thing, and it's that's not related.
Yeah, it's like exactly what your character is doing with the house and the closet thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. My character basically like lives that life, but it's sad. It's not angry
Yeah.
most of the time. When it's angry, it's scary
I
because
had
he
a
is. Yeah.
coworker. She's Eastern European, not Russian, but Eastern European. And she is not happy unless she's complaining. Like, she has to actively go out, even when something's really nice. She has to find something
I
to
know
complain
exactly
about.
what you're
or she's
talking
not
about.
happy.
Some people are
Like,
just
yeah.
like that, you know.
It's just like it's her character trait. Like, I can't be happy. I have to find something to be unhappy about to make myself happy. It's just like, okay.
I'm putting in find happiness for my long-term goal.
That works.
Short term, I'm just trying to get a bigger flat. So that's.
Yeah, that does. The goals thing is down the list, but yeah, that's basically self-explanatory.
Oh yeah, I guess I was getting at it. I was just starting to fill stuff out, I guess.
Your short-term goal can actually earn you experience points.
Oh, so I should put it. I should probably make it a little more vague than not vague, but a little more applicable because I'm probably not going to be spending a lot of time in my apartment. So maybe I don't know, earn more money, I guess.
You're Arthur?
It should be something more so
Yes,
that's like within something you can achieve within days or weeks.
Oh, okay, I see.
Because like as soon as you complete that goal, you get experience points. Plus, you get 2
Gotcha.
plus whatever the difficulty level of it is.
Okay, I'll have to think about that then.
That can be filled out whatever, as long as before
Yeah. I know I haven't even spent all my skill points yet. I just don't know what to do with these last few. I'll put another one in there.
Anyway, guys, I got my shirt goes hot wire car anyway.
I'm spending that story point for my electric guitar.
Is there a specific knowledge type that might be useful, like for specialization?
Let's see, knowledge.
I don't want to take something that's never gonna come up, you know.
I mean, yeah, they're basically the ones that list are like history, law, psychology, languages, literature, sociology, alien cultures, which you wouldn't know, earthonomics.
Right, I assume I can't pick those ones that are. Yeah. Is earthonomics like?
Earthonomics.
What is that?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if it's related to economics, then I would take that because I am an accountant.
I mean, you could do economics. I mean, that would be one.
I wonder if that would ever come up.
Maybe. I mean, you won't always be in space. You might actually be on Earth at some episode.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
I mean, you will be on Earth at some point, just in different time periods. maybe in the present, maybe 300 years ago, maybe 600 years ago. Maybe see some dinosaurs.
I think you'd have some knowledge because if you're making your minis, you want to be accurate to whatever.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you would have some history knowledge, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, something.
I guess I'm running into the fear now because I have a lot of zeros in skills, and so I'm not sure if that's bad.
I mean, at worst, it's just you don't get the +2 or +3 to a roll. I mean, it's not like it's.
Sure. Because you can have a big bonus and then roll for shit and still be out of luck.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. I'm wondering, does anybody have any subterfuge?
A bit.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yep.
And remember, attributes will combine with skills for the total rolls.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, like, pretty much anything, any two can be combined. Any attribute with any skill, it just depends on the situation. Because even at the bottom of the sheet, there should be something on the bottom left. If you should be able to see it says attribute plus skill roll.
Attribute
you can put,
skill.
Yeah, you can put macros in there, I guess, sort of.
Yeah, I could say this plus. Actually, awareness plus this one for doing like investigating. Difficulty level, huh?
Just
5?
Leave the difficulty
It
level
is
for whatever it is. I'll tell you the difficulty level when it comes to that
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, I don't get how it's
counting. Cooperation. You can help.
points.
Can we fork? Well, I guess that is forking, putting your attribute and skill.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at the numbers down in those. They don't look right to me. How is it saying I have 6? Well, like on the bottom right, it says attribute points, skill points. Like it looks like it's how many you spent, but it doesn't look like it's not calculating correctly though.
It's not calculating correctly for me either. Huh.
Yeah, because it says I've spent 22 skill points, but I definitely have not.
No,
Did you?
Because
is it counting specializations?
Yeah. Well, but then I put another 1 point into something and it added 2, so I'm not sure why it's doing that. I'm just saying I don't think the numbers down there are correct. It also says I've only spent 6 attribute points, which I definitely have not.
Yeah, that must be broken. Yeah, so you gotta just keep track of it at your own,
Oh no, the attribute points. I know I didn't click the buttons. I just put the number in.
Oh,
Is that not
okay.
what we're supposed to do?
Yeah, you click the buttons, the little bubbles. You also put the number in the box.
And you put that number in there as well. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I did spend 18. It still is not counting the skill points correctly. I don't think.
My NPC character is the same thing. It doesn't, like, it's not recognizing the specialization points.
Yeah, I've spent 16. It says I've spent 22. So it's actually, for me, it's counting too many. It's saying I've spent more than I have, which is odd. I'm just putting the number in. Is that what we're supposed to do? Like, I'm just putting the number in that little box. Yeah, okay. Just making sure I'm doing it right.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the whatever numbers it adds.
Yeah. That makes sense.
3.
If anybody else wants to fill out anything on their sheets, they can put technology level 5. If you want to fill out that little bubble there, box next to homeworld.
And what homeworld?
Earth.
Earth?
Earth.
Yep.
Level 5, very cool. Level 5, very cool.
Out of 100.
5 out of...
That's 5 out of 1,000.
5 out of 12.
We're mid? We're below mid?
You are below mid.
You're below mid. It's really bad.
5 is spacefaring. 6 is starfaring, which means humanity has not reached that point yet.
It's true.
And then 8 would be time-faring. And then 12 is beyond comprehension.
Oh yeah, this is that like the way they measure civilizations and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a theoretical thing.
Oh, that's right.
It's a little survival too. Okay, I've spent my points. I'm not sure if I spent them well, but I spent them. Let's see.
Instead of me asking everyone questions that I'm going to ask them, I'm just going to post a picture in the Discord of my notes, because there's a 10 question thing for your character's backstory to fill out like basic the final information stuff. But I'll post that in a second. Okay, so distinctions, like I said, you could either put traits there, or and you also just put human because you're humans. No one's special any kind of way yet. No one's a Time Lord, no one's an alien. Story points, you start with 12. Your starting point is 12 for anybody. But once you use the distinction, you would get -2. But we're not doing that at the moment. So if you want any special technology, like, I mean, a guitar, I could say you don't have to really spend 1 on a guitar, because it's not like it's some kind of technological, like high-tech device. I mean, but this is your maximum story points you can carry over for every session, or every adventure, I mean. So the more cool stuff you have, the less story points you can have carried over. Because at the end of every adventure, it'll reset to 12, for instance. Yeah.
So what are story points? So we get 12 to start. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, you get 12 to start. You can go above 12, depending on what you do in the story. Like I said, you can earn story points for cool
Right,
stuff.
you can earn story points. Right.
Yeah, and then you spend them to do stuff like a page. What was it? Page 78. 78. Yeah.
78. Okay, yeah. Let's check that out.
78 through 80. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious what you can spend them on. You spend them in the game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To control things, or
this is 1 to 2, tiny thing. 3 to 4, minor. 5 to 6, medium. Plot twists.
Right. So this is our starting number, but we can earn more.
Yeah, you can earn more.
Right.
The highest one is reboot the universe. So.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah, that makes sense. Fair enough.
Hit the reset button.
That's very nice, man.
So if it was a TPK, you guys could someone could spend all their story points if they had more than 12.
Rewind.
Yeah.
I want to rewind time for a bit.
Prince of Persia style. I'm going to post the questions for your character's bio information in the Discord channel, because I don't want to read them all out, because it takes forever.
Yeah, that makes sense. And where do you want us to put these? Will these go in the...
on the top of your sheet where it says bio and info, you go there, you hit edit in the top right corner.
Yes.
Type it in.
Gotcha.
So
Perfect.
Image will be...
And then I need to find a picture, too.
Hopefully my handwriting is legible.
That handwriting's way too legible. You robot.
I was going to say, strikingly legible. That is odd.
I try to make it legible when I'm writing notes, so...
You should see the chicken scratch I'm working with over here.
But yeah, you'll answer all those questions except for the final one. Why are you traveling with the doctor? You won't be answering that.
You don't know yet.
Because, you don't know yet. But anything you put in your bio, you play to that stuff, you can get story points. So it's important to fill all that out.
Gotcha. Okay. Do I have everything else? No. So we don't need... Do we put anything for equipment, or is that not that important?
You would just have basic stuff. Whatever you decide you want to have with you, you could put there. You don't have any special technological things yet, so just put whatever you would.
Okay, yeah, I figured it's not super critical. It's
they use an example
regular...
a woman who would have a purse. You could imagine she would have
right.
blah blah blah. Equipment and personal items. So it says you would be unlikely to be starting with climbing gear, mapping tools, night vision goggles, and such. For that kind of stuff, you would actually have to use story points. Any weird and bizarre equipment you need that you could probably find in the TARDIS, like clothes changes and stuff for different time periods is all in the TARDIS. Yeah, no one's starting with any gadgets.
Yeah. No, sorry. I put myself at starting off with mechanical tools.
That, given your job, that can make sense. So you don't have to worry about a story point for that.
I for now I'm just having very basic stuff: wallet, watch, keys, glasses, briefcase.
Yeah. You have a wallet too. I have a wallet there too. Yeah, wallet.
Maybe I should put some tiny paintbrushes and some paint. Just my little travel minis. I don't have those.
I mean, whatever you would have carrying with you on a day that you just suddenly...
Just like a random day, right? Like just like regular day. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm just thinking about what I would actually take out of the house, and it's not much. Wallet, phone, keys. I guess phone.
Wallet, phone, keys, and watch, and pretty much mechanical tools me.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Not much. I mean, you don't lug all this shit out of your house all the time when you're going place, right? Like.
So the way you earn experience in this game, experience points, is the let's see. Every time you do something that was exciting and cool, according to yourself, you write it down. You make a note of it on your notes. Then at the end of the session, I'll go around and ask each person the things that they did, and then you get to choose one thing that you think was really cool that you did. And if it's worthy of really being cool, you get an experience point for it. Also, you can write down cool things other players did, and then everyone can vote and give that player experience points. And then finally, no matter what session you play, you will always get at least one experience for showing up for the session.
Cool. Participation points. Woo!
Yeah, that kind of stinks.
Yes.
I want that blue ribbon.
It says XP just for taking part in the game session. Also, those experiences, if you end up doing something like a similar experience to like something cool you did before, you can call on that experience to be able to get a bonus to your roll for 1 extra d6.
Cool.
So it gives an example of, say you hacked a robot. You put an MP3 into a robot and it broke the robot because you were trying to destroy the robot. And then later in the future, you're trying to hack a computer chip terminal thing. And you like, oh, well, if I put an MP3 into it, you get a bonus to your roll. Like similar situations. But then you lose those experience points after you...
once you've spent them.
Yeah. But there's also things you can do with experience points, like increase your skills, buy specializations. All that stuff's like on page 60 and 61. And 62. 62 actually has a chart that says how you can spend your points to improve your character. As far as increasing the tributes, you only can do that a couple times, I believe. I would just advise everyone check out the improving your character section on pages 60 through 62, 63. So you know what you can spend your experience on, but you don't have to worry about that right now because you don't have any experience. Let's see, the whole section on all that. Group experiences is the same kind of thing as the experience points. And that is pretty much, besides those questions I posted, that is pretty much it. And the sooner everyone gets those questions, I mean, you don't have to answer those 10 questions, I guess 9 questions right now. But like I said, you can always log on to Roll20 when I'm not logged in. You can always access your character. You can access the book without me being logged in. So as long as you guys fill out, like the sooner you guys fill out all those questions, the easier it's going to be for me to be able to craft a story around you guys' characters.
Oh, cool. Yeah, no, Jake, I'm gonna send you to answer every question through Discord anyway.
Okay, that works.
Pretty much through Discord.
Yeah, I'll be answering them like tonight, like right now, probably. I mean,
I'm already halfway through.
I was gonna say, I think in talking we've come up with like the answers to a lot of these questions already, right? Like I think.
Yeah, but I got it's gonna take a few days to finish all these questions anyway, so
It's fine. Like I said, the more of you that do it, the sooner that either I can figure out a storyline for us to start with. Because right now I don't have much. I mean, I have a concept, but I don't have like details because I didn't know what kind of characters you guys were making. So
yeah, I had no idea this is what I was gonna end up with either.
Yeah, and I definitely want to make sure I like involve your characters' backgrounds in the storyline because that's an important part of Doctor Who.
Yeah. Yeah, what's nice about Roll20 versus Fantasy Grounds, anyways, you can come in anytime.
Yes, that is very, very useful. Because I know people always like, oh, I want to log into Fantasy Grounds and edit my character, and I'm like, I don't have time to open it.
Yeah, I know. I've done it in the past, especially for like character creation for campaigns, and you just gotta like find a time where you can open it and stuff. It is kind of annoying, but
yeah.
But I love the functionality of Fantasy Grounds, so I'm not complaining about that. But
yeah,
it definitely runs better than Roll20, like by a lot.
Yeah.
For the stuff it can do, it's way better. Like you don't have to do any of the shitty math you do in Roll20.
I do like though that you can upload your own PDFs in Roll20.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to kind of copy it over into something else. I mean, you can pull information into Fantasy Grounds, but you can't. As far as I know, I don't think you can bring PDFs in.
No, at least not yet. And I don't see that functionality coming anytime soon.
Well, what you could do essentially is you could make your own book. It's a little more involved, but you could pull, and then you can import that and share it with everybody. So you can, but it's not quite as easy.
Yeah, I've built a couple books, and it takes a long time to do that.
Yeah. The thing about it though is PDFs wouldn't even be that useful in Fantasy Grounds, right? Because it automates so much stuff. The PDFs wouldn't help it automate things anyway. So.
No. This is why I can't. You have to take the PDF and move it Fantasy Grounds manually. So it is.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not hard to do it though, but it just takes time to do it. It's just about it.
Yeah, just a lot of time.
Yeah, it's all the time to do it.
For difficulty levels on rolls, I'll just let you know a normal difficulty level is 9. If that helps at all with anything.
Okay, so like it would be say difficulty 9, and we would do a thing where it's like, okay, it uses an attribute and a skill.
Yes, and 2d6.
So you roll 2d6 and then add the corresponding attribute and skill.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
On the bottom, like you can select. Oh, this is the attribute. This is a skill that hit the roll dice as your maker, and it'll do it for you.
Oh yeah! Look at that.
I was playing with it. I was looking at the math. Make sure the math is mathing.
Let's see. Did that work?
I see a couple in there.
Yeah, looks like it worked. Yeah, it had my. Yeah. Nice. Not too bad.
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's not.
It's counting like 1s and 6s.
It also has a success level thing like Cthulhu. So the higher the roll you get, the better the success.
Oh, it does. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like that.
I like to use a fate.
You mean a story point? Yeah.
Wrong game.
I'm perusing through the book here, looking to see if there's anything else specific that I need to fill you guys in with. Okay, so if you do something like really bad, like killing, you lose story points. So like if you kill like a, like the doctor doesn't like to kill people, that whole thing. So
yeah,
kill unless it's like a really bad evil alien, like the Daleks or some enemy you have to just destroy. If it can be solved peacefully, or just escaping or something, better do that.
Quote unquote peacefully, yeah. I mean, not
unquote, yeah. Doesn't have to be literally like sit down and be like, okay, we're not going to fight anymore.
Right. There's plenty of non-peaceful solutions that aren't death.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Who are our characters? Also, just curious. Does everybody have a? Oh,
basically
is Ted Joe? Is Joe Ted?
I'm Ted, yeah.
He's other Ted.
I'm Ted, yeah. I'm Ted, yeah. Bill and Ted, baby. Bill and Ted, baby. Bill and Ted is what I said.
It basically says that killing in cold blood deliberately against unarmed opponents is very wrong.
Yeah.
So that would lose story points.
Yeah, I say no killing this game. Maybe you run away from bad guys. No.
Yeah, I mean we're companions, right? We're like regular people who got caught up in this crazy thing. So like,
yeah, you're not like it makes sense. You're not soldiers, like unit soldiers, I mean, it's a possibility in the future, but starting off, at least you are just normal.
But for now, we're just regular people with regular lives, and get caught up in this crazy thing. I'm excited. I don't think my character is gonna be quite as lame as he sounded. I think he is gonna be fun, but he's definitely interesting. I never played a character quite like this, so we will see. But I came in with the idea of being like a kind of a wild man. But I think with the other two, I think that we need somebody to ground this thing.
Yeah, we'll see what a frisbee ends up making. Let's see, levels of injury. So there's no HP per se. It's basically levels of injury. So there's stuff like stunned, lethal. Yeah, like, so you could also get like a, like where you say you got shot with an arrow, right? It would depend on where you got shot at. You would have a tribute reduced. So if you got shot in the leg, you would obviously lose some coordination, and then when you would heal, it would come back.
Makes sense.
Let's see. There's a bunch of stuff about that. It says no guns, never use them. Doctor hates guns, blah blah. Unless, obviously you really need to. There's a weapon damage table. Lasers are almost always lethal, just to let you know. If it's anything less than if it's anything more than a barely hit, like a barely success, then you immediately die the second you get hit with the laser. Unless you use story points. You can get armor eventually. Extreme cold and heat, blah blah. Getting scared, being possessed. All possibilities. Yeah. Injuries, conditions, multiple conditions. Your conditions would be, if one of your attributes goes to 0, you would have a condition, such as awareness going to 0 will make you dazed, stunned, unfocused, blinded, ignorant, careless, something like that.
So there's that one attribute I'm already at 1. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I have a 1 also.
I can't. Everybody
We
got
roll
one.
the dice.
Yeah,
We see
yeah,
where it lands.
My presence, unsurprisingly, is a 1.
I got everybody got one. I put presence at 1 too. So.
Well, you're welcome to change your characters as much as you want until
I
session.
I think I have a 1 presence. That is the character in a nutshell.
Yeah,
Like,
me too.
I want to stay out of the way. If people see me, I get hurt. So I need to just not be noticed.
And literally, I know my ingenuity is a 1. I'm not the thinker.
Yeah, my
here.
ingenuity is actually, I have a 4 in ingenuity.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I think we actually balanced our skills okay. Cause, yeah, I think we'll do okay. But we'll see. I have no idea what these adventures are gonna look like. I'm super excited.
I'm excited to finally get to run this. I've run a couple one-shots, and they ended in disaster. So...
Oh, really?
Because the party had the D&D mentality of, let's all run in and fight these things. And it's like, no, guys.
Yeah,
this is
that's
mostly a Cthulhu group, so...
I was going to say, luckily, we have a bit of experience with Cthulhu, at least most of us. So I don't know if Frisbee does, but we will not be doing that. Also, we've made characters that are not, I don't think, action forward.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think Frisbee was at the Halloween one, right?
Yeah, he was.
I think so. Yeah. So, which was Delta Green?
Yeah.
That was
which is basically
like
Cthulhu, right? Yeah, it's basically Cthulhu, though. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully, right. That is a mistake. We learned that very quickly about Cthulhu.
In the pulp.
Yeah, it's just not a good idea.
You would have learned it a lot differently if it had happened in regular Cthulhu.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those close calls we had would have been outright deaths for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because we had some close calls in pulp. It's just it's one of those things you gotta, like, if you play only D&D, it can be hard to get out of that mindset, because D&D is a combat game.
Oh yeah.
For all intents and purposes, like it really is. You can do a lot more with it, but at its core, half of the game, like I would say most campaigns, half of the game sessions is combat, at least. Like, it depends on the group and stuff. I think our Chris Estrad, we definitely did a lot of roleplay, but in general, it's a combat game. So it's totally different than Cthulhu.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I think this group will actually be pretty well suited to that, because I think we kind of know.
Yeah, you guys. I'm pretty sure. I know Frisbee's played games like Cthulhu more than just the Delta Green, because he did run a one-shot of what was it? Vaesen, I think it's called.
Oh, did he? Yeah, I know Vaesen. Vaesen is, I would say, maybe even more rules light than Cthulhu. It's very, very, and I don't think it's combat. I've never played it, but I do have the books. I've read through them.
When he ran the one shot, we didn't make it into actual combat, but we were about to be jumped by some horrible evil monster from the woods. But we ran out of time, unfortunately. He never got a chance to continue it. But it was fun for what it was.
All right, so on some of these questions, I am layering them maybe more than you were looking for. Like, what I wish I could change, I have what on the surface what I wish I could change, and then deep down what I actually wish I could change, which is different. You'll see what I'm talking about.
That's fine.
Oh, I made mine simple.
Well, I think I've already established that mine is a little bit complicated.
One thing I would suggest for anyone who wants to build their character with some more role play aspects is you write some personality traits down. Like, give yourself like 3 good traits and 1 bad trait. Like, just like, not really mechanical things, but help role playing. Up to you guys if you want to do that.
Oh my god, as I'm writing the answers to these questions, I realize this character is like all midlife existential dread boiled down to a character. Like as I'm writing my biggest fears, the first line I wrote is my best years are behind me, which is I wrote it like, oh god, what a thing to think. Oh, oh
I'm
man.
already thinking like we need suicide prevention for this dude.
It's oh man. I mean, people reach that point, right? You reach that point where you're like, is the best stuff in the back? That's not good. No, look, this campaign is really gonna bring Arthur around. That I'm confident he's gonna be a new man.
I hope so. So he has some character development.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I'm going for. Is I want him to start low so that he can. There's really only one way to go, one direction to go here, for me, and that is up. It does not get much worse.
Who was it that missed the second session of the Halloween game last year? Was it you, Morphling?
Oh, it was me, yeah, because it was on the night I run my game.
Right.
Yeah, I felt bad about that, yeah, because I would have liked to be there for all of them.
You remember? Do you remember the Silent from Doctor Who? The aliens.
Yes, I do. The ones who wear suits. That's a really good arc, honestly.
Yeah.
That is a really good arc. It's like kind of the culmination of Matt Smith's Doctor, right? Like.
Yeah, in Delta
it's like
Green,
the big arc for him.
Right, in Delta Green on the night you missed, they ran into things like that.
Yeah, and the rooms kept resetting, and
they kept waking up back in their cell, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" I would just like post a picture. I would post a picture of an alien, like share it with them every time they went to the wrong room where the aliens were.
Yeah, you dick.
That was such a good arc in Doctor Who.
It was, yeah.
So good. That was the era where I got into the show too. So for me, it was like, I feel like everybody's favorite is kind of the one that they, got into it with. Like everybody kind of has their Doctor, and I found a lot of people it's kind of the one that they got introed with.
For me, it wasn't like that though. I started with Eccleston, but then then Tennant, but then I liked Smith the best. So.
I'm a Smith guy. Yeah, I started with Matt Smith, but I know David Tennant is most people's favorite. I like him a lot. I like Christopher Eccleston too, though. I think, but I would rank Tennant ahead of Eccleston. I would rank Smith ahead of both.
I rank. I definitely am a Tennant guy, and specifically Tennant and Donna Noble was my favorite.
Yes, season. I agree. I don't really like who was the other one?
Rose.
Well, no, he had Rose, and then at the end, didn't he have? Yeah, I liked Rose. I think Donna's my favorite of them, but I'm an Amelia Pond guy. Obviously, I'm a Matt Smith guy. I'm an Amy Pond guy. I love Amy Pond. Yeah, she's my favorite, and Rory's great too. Like I think that's a really.
They were the best.
Look, they had some really fun years in there. It was really good.
I definitely will watch those. No, I watch them all actually.
I never saw the stuff after Smith though. I don't know what. I think I just ran out of time because I was excited about Capaldi and then I just never. I've heard so many mixed things about him. I've heard like people kind of were down on him at first, but actually thought he was really good. So I'm not sure.
I thought he's good. I thought he was good to begin with. Towards the end, it kind of got a little.
And I heard that the companions were not great.
Yeah.
I didn't like Capaldi at first because I was so upset about Smith leaving, and then right as I got used to Capaldi,
that's the other reason why I kind of bowed out at that point because I liked Smith so much that I was like, oh come on, I felt like he was a perfect Doctor, like he had the perfect charisma for it, like
yeah.
Tennant did too. They both had a ton of charisma in totally different ways. And I felt like Eccleston didn't quite have that level of charisma. I do like Rose, but was Rose with Tennant at all? She was, right, at first,
Yeah.
and then
She
Yeah.
had
and
a
then
whole
Donna.
With both. She
Yeah.
she has
Right.
this big story arc.
Right. So Tennant had 3, right, companions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He had
the,
Rose,
Yeah.
then he had
the black
I keep
lady.
calling her Freema. That's her real name. Freema,
That's her real
but
name. I forget what her character's name is.
That's the thing, is like her. I
Um,
didn't like her companion.
Well,
And then
I didn't
there's
like
Dominic.
her. I didn't like her because they did the thing where like she was in love with him, and I just didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't work. It didn't work right. Like, Rose was kind of in love with him too, but it wasn't weird. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Well, Rose
And
was
yeah,
the
what
I
was
first
just
her
like
name? Her
Dominic
name
Noble,
is-
where it's
Rose was the first companion of the new series.
yeah.
So it made sense because she was with Eccleston and then Tennant, and then it did make sense that they ended up bonding that way. But
Her name was Martha.
Martha. That's
right,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Martha.
Yeah. She was one. I didn't really like her that much. I just thought
I don't
that
remember her very much.
well, I remember Donna way better.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
even though, yeah, and I remember Rose better, even though Martha was the last one. For some reason, yeah, I don't really remember her.
Martha
either
was the middle.
that
Martha was in the
much.
middle. She's in
Yeah.
the
Oh,
middle
was she?
of those two.
Oh, Donna was. Yeah.
Donna was the last one.
Yeah, hers was. I didn't really like very much. I didn't like because they definitely were going for like the love thing, and I don't know. That's just not to me the right. But then didn't they do a lot of stuff with her for spin-off stuff? I think.
Yeah, she's
Martha?
come back.
Yeah.
She's
She was
come
on
back,
that
yeah.
show with
Torchwood.
who's the pilot guy?
Torchwood.
Torchwood.
Yeah.
Right? Jack Harkness.
Captain
Harkness.
Jack. Yeah.
Doc
Was
Harkness.
Captain Jack in that as well?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
He was in
No,
charge of
great
Torchwood.
character. Yeah, great character. Honestly, I mean everybody
Yeah.
liked him, right?
Yep. Jack was a great character. Yeah.
That show, there were some really good episodes like that. There were some great years in there.
With Torchwood.
Oh no, I never actually saw Torchwood. Just
Oh,
Doctor
okay.
Who in general. Like I'm starting to remember all because it's been years since I've really sat down and watched it like regularly.
Mhm.
And man, it was
Well,
such
also
a good
they
show.
don't. They used to stream a lot. Now it's like, no, you have to have our
That's the other thing.
PC.
Yeah, I know. Like you can get the newest seasons on Disney, but I used to be able to stream all the old stuff, like even the way older ones. And now
I think
it used to be on Amazon or something.
Yeah, Amazon
I think it was
Prime
Amazon.
still does like
Has the old
older
ones.
stuff.
I know, but I want the early revival because the early revival stuff is the best.
Yeah.
It's wow, Torchwood ran for 5 years. I didn't realize that.
It was a weird show because it just like had like a year. Like the last few ones, it was more like a mini series where it's like, oh, these 6
Miracle Day?
episodes, you know.
Yeah, Torchwood.
Oh.
That was pretty fucked up.
Yeah. In Miracle Day, no one could die, and everyone except for Captain Jack. He was the only one who could die.
Oh, really?
And everyone else in the world was immortal.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa,
And
that's
then-
weird.
No, the one with the kids, even the one with the what is that one called?
The Class.
No, where they took half the kids, or they took a small group of kids, then they want half the kids in the world with the aliens because they're using the kids as drugs.
Yeah, I don't
What
remember
is
that
it
one.
called? That's the Children's Day, Torchwood. Children of the Earth, yeah.
There was a
third.
Doctor Who spinoff called the Class, but it only ever had a pilot.
I remember reading about that, but I know. I
It was,
never
like,
knew
dark.
much about it.
It was like very
Yeah.
dark.
Well, wasn't Torchwood darker than
Yeah.
Doctor
Yeah.
Who?
Because they
Also?
wanted Doctor Who was supposed to be like, oh yeah, this is family friendly. Torchwood, there's like, no, we want it
Yeah.
to be sexy and gritty and dark.
Yeah.
Not everything is a happy ending.
I think they're actually making a unit spin-off show,
Oh, that'd be interesting.
which is about time because they're like such an important thing in Doctor Who.
Yeah, And that would be like Martha's character, who's a unit operative, who became a unit operative.
Well, she never showed up again, I don't think, did she?
No, after Tennant left, I was like, nope.
Let's see. News.
Yeah, it's kind of in a weird. It's kind of in a weird place right now, Doctor Who, isn't it? Are they actually going to be making more? I thought they.
Well, they got the recent Doctor left, but I think they got another Doctor, so now number 15.
Oh, did they? I didn't know if they were actually going to continue because I thought the ratings were not very good.
The most recent Doctor regenerated. That's for sure.
Yeah, and they're gonna bring back the one writer who was in the Tennant era. I know that.
Is that Moffat or no?
Yeah, well, Moffat's been there for the last couple seasons, and I don't think his tenure has been well received. The second go around. The first one, everybody loved it. The second go around, I don't think people were very happy with it. Again, I have not watched it in several years, but I've been following it.
Whoever the writer was for Jodie Whittaker it was just awful. The writer.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, the writer was the guy who wrote. It was Dave Chibnall. Was fucking awful. Like I mean, I did like Broadchurch, which he wrote with Jodie.
Yeah, that's a cool show.
But it is a really cool show, but it's totally different though. I would never have looked. Yeah, I would never have looked at Broadchurch and say, "Oh, this guy should write Doctor Who." Like, it's not. The vibe is very different. Like, and I think Broadchurch is really great. You know, it's got David Tennant and Jodie Whittaker, so you can see all the relationships.
It has all of
there,
Doctor Who. It has Rory.
It does.
Rory,
yeah, it does. Yeah, no, it's loaded with, and then even like side characters like Olivia Colman. Was in
Doctor Who.
Was in Doctor Who. Matt Smith's first episode. You know, that was all before she won an Oscar.
And
for God's sake.
Hot Fuzz.
Oh, she's so funny. It's so crazy. Like when I realized, I'm like, wait. So when she won the Oscar, it's like she was in Hot Fuzz wearing fake boobs. Do you remember that? Like, if you told everybody then it's a slutty cop, she's gonna win an Oscar someday. Like that would have. It's so funny to think about that kind of stuff because you look at the early careers of a lot of actors who become like famous, and it's like, boy, if you had told them back then that this is. You know what they'd be doing is crazy. Yeah, Oscar. Yeah, she's so funny. Hot Fuzz, I think personally, probably the funniest movie I've. It's my favorite, like comedy. I think it's the best. I think it's so funny. I've seen it so many times. It's amazing.
It says here that it is not Doctor Who season 3 has not officially been renewed yet.
Yeah, that was what I had heard too. Because I think that the ratings took a massive hit the last season. Like Jodie Whittaker's seasons were not well received, and the ratings steadily declined.
And I liked her. That's the thing is, I really like her. They just did her dirty.
Here's the thing: I like the actress a lot, but I didn't see any of her seasons. But the things I read, I'm not surprised it was not well received. It seems like the writing really let her down and really let the show down.
It did.
You know what I mean? There's if the material's no good, there's nothing even the best actor in the world can't save it. Like
there's
the story,
there's like only one of the episodes that I remember seeing where it actually was kind of clever and impactful.
That was the main thing. It's like none of this is clever, none of this is fun, and so it's like, well, what's the point then? Like, that's what Doctor Who is. It's clever and fun. Like, that's the whole point.
Yeah. It was the one where they weaponized bubble wrap. Well, the thing is, like, at that time, I was, like, unpacking, like, a couch from IKEA, and I had bubble wrap all around me. I was like, oh, crap, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. So that was the only... Other than that, all the other episodes, I was like, but...
Yeah, I know they kind of tanked the show, you know, unintentionally, but I mean, whatever. Bringing in a new writer's room obviously didn't work, because it would. And then the most recent one was his name Shooty Gatwa or something like that. It was even worse. Rating. Yeah, I didn't see any of it either.
I think the ratings were so bad because they put it on Disney Plus and.
Well, none of it worked, right? Like, well, because even the David Tennant the 4-part special was not the ratings. They thought they would see a huge spike, and they didn't. Like, people, I think they got so worn out from the Jodie seasons that a lot of people just didn't go back.
It was the huge gaps between seasons for me that was really.
Well, that's the other thing too. They took forever to make them. Like, I know, like I don't know. They used to be more consistent, but I think the writing just totally let it down. And again, it sometimes it's good writers poorly suited to a project. Like, that happens all the time. It's like, Chibnall is a good writer for what he worked on, but obviously but Doctor Who is not the same thing.
Not drama.
Like,
yeah. It has dramatic moments, but it is not a drama. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just Broadchurch. I've seen Broadchurch several times. I think it's an awesome show, but I would just never look at that and be like, oh, that guy should definitely make Doctor Who. Like, it's such a different thing. It's a strange choice, to be honest. Like.
I liked the most recent 2 seasons of Doctor Who with Judy Godwa, but I did not like the companions.
Well, I don't think anybody liked the companions. I read not good things. I know a lot of people didn't really like Jodie's companions very much either.
Oh yeah, her companions were just so boring.
That's what I read. Was that, like, first of all, would they give her 3?
Yeah, at the beginning 3, then culled it down to like 1.
Yeah,
and then also that there was nothing interesting about them. Like, it's
the last guy is so unmemorable that I can't, like.
Was that like the middle-aged guy?
Yeah, it was like an older
guy. Yeah, right. Like, he had nothing going. Like, yeah, it's you need some intrigue there. Like, or you need an actor who can really elevate it, right? Who can just make, like, bland stuff interesting. But that's really hard to do. But like Donna, I feel like Donna, that actress, she would have done a lot.
Middle-aged woman, and
she was really well written, though.
Yeah.
But they wrote her a great character. But also, that actress got the most out of it, right? She got the most out of it, and I feel like if you don't have that kind of actor, which is not easy to come by, then I don't know, you're kind of out of luck if you don't write a good part for them. And I do think the writing across the board went down. I mean, I think that generally kind of across the board for TV in general, largely. I think writing has failed a lot of shows in recent years. I've been widely disappointed.
I have a pretty good feeling they've been trying to use AI for a lot of that crap, and
I think you're definitely right about that. Yeah. And it's that's never going to work, because here's the thing: AI can't actually be creative, right? It just isn't. It based on the way it functions, it's not creative. It is literally just scrapping old stuff and repackaging it. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
It's really good at summarizing, but it's
like it can synthesize like a version of an episode of a show, but it's not going to be in any way original, which I feel like Doctor Who gets off on originality. Like, that's the whole thing.
Right.
It's like they try weird stuff, and sometimes it didn't work, but sometimes it was really awesome. But AI could never make a great Doctor Who. It can't really make anything great, like, because it doesn't really create anything. Like, it's. Again, I'm not one of these, like, oh, it's terrible for everything all the time, but, like, for creative endeavors, I don't think it's good.
Right. I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Yeah, it just, I know Disney has been, like, messing around thinking about trying to use it for things. That was I believe that was one of the major contract disputes during the writer's strike, was they wanted to make it so that they weren't allowed to use AI because I think Disney was trying to do a lot of that for their shows.
Microsoft is now forcing their employees, like, they have to use AI. It's like, what? It's like, because
they're trying to fill the system up, right?
Yeah,
with information.
It's like, you have to use it in your
projects
crazy. Now in some way.
It does have a lot of good real world applications. I think creative endeavors are never going to be one of them, though. Like, it's not creative by definition. It's not creative.
It's not creative at all, man.
No, because even the human, right? The argument I've heard real AI evangelists say is, well, humans take inspiration from other artists and inspiration is not the same thing as literally scraping some of the data Like, they don't do that. They don't scrape the data of 1,000 songs and then compile some, hodgepodge. That's not how that inspiration works in people.
Right.
Like, so that's not the same thing at all.
You know what they're doing with AI now in audiobooks? On Audible, they're basically they're cloning the author, the narrator's voices.
Yep. I know. I think that shit sucks. I think, first of all, it doesn't sound quite right. I'll just say that. But and even if it did, my problem is, like, it's not right. I don't like it. It's not. It feels unfair to the people they're doing it to. First of all, right? Like,
well, they give an option when you're on Audible, if you want to clone your voice and just they give the narrators options to do that.
That's crazy.
And I would never use someone who did that. I would never let someone narrate my book using AI. Like, no.
I hate that. Well, they did a lot of that stuff with Disney. Did a lot of that stuff with the TV shows where they when Darth Vader in the what was it, the Obi-Wan show?
Mm-hmm.
That's just a synthesis of James Earl Jones's voice. It's not him actually doing the voice. And
Peter Cushing also, yeah.
Yeah, Peter Cushing also. And the thing is, though, if you actually listen, like, I watched the Obi-Wan show, which, I mean, I thought it was really bad, but it doesn't sound right. And I realized what it was, because I was sitting there, like, thinking, like, what is off about this? There's not really any emotion in the speech. You know what I mean? Like, it's all kind of evenly modulated the whole time. Because they can't, there's no human there. Do you know what I mean? To, like, give that inflection.
Right.
And the machine doesn't know that it should do that. Right. And, like, there's value in a voice actor or a narrator. They know, like a narrator, like you're talking about for audiobooks, they don't narrate everything at an even pace the whole time. But that's what a machine is going to do. Like, I don't know. I'm with you. I wouldn't, if I realized that, I wouldn't get it either. I'm not a fan of that. I don't really support that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I don't know if it's going anywhere, but, like, I think a lot of people come to the conclusion. I think a lot of people have come to the conclusion, though, that it's not creative, and it's never going to be. Like, I think a lot of people know that now. That doesn't mean there's not a lot of people trying to make money with it, but it's not going to work long term.
Right.
Like, there's not ever going to be a successful author who just has AI write their shit. Like, that's not going to... People won't buy it, and they won't like it. I mean, I know a lot of authors have been caught using that already, right? Like...
People won't buy AI shit. It's getting dumb.
RFK Jr.
On Amazon and Audible, if you use a AI to write your books, you can get, like, in deep crap. Like, you're, like, basically banned from using their services for publishing.
Well, all I know is I read a couple of recently, like, in the last month, I probably read 3 different stories of, like, these fantasy authors getting caught because they left, like, the AI prompts in their in the book. And it's like, and then they're like, they're basically, like, crying and being like, you guys don't understand. It's like, no, what do you mean nobody understands? You didn't create something, right? And then you wanted to make money off it. Fuck you. Like, seriously. Don't cry to everybody else because you got caught. First of all, how lazy are you? Not only did you not write the damn thing, you didn't even proofread it once. Like, the AI prompt is right in the thing. It's crazy. Like, I don't. But I think, though, I don't think that's ever going to take off. Like, I know there's this fear, but, like, people can fucking tell because it's unoriginal. And look, I know a lot of that slop does sell. I mean, if we're being honest, especially in literature, there's a lot of slop. If we're being honest, there's a lot of slop.
Yeah.
Like the romantasy shit and all that. Like, there's a lot of slop out there.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty bad. But I'd rather the slop be written by a real person.
Seriously.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't like that. Somebody putting some shit into AI, printing it out, and then trying to sell that shit to people. Like, and look, if you told people that's what it was, I kind of feel differently. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody's like, well, I want to show you the power of AI. This is my AI written book. Fine. These people are trying to pass off like they wrote it, though. Like,
yeah, there is a thing where you actually, if you do, like, even if you use it, like, for a book cover, even, you have to make it clearly labeled you used AI for your
Yeah,
book cover.
you should. Well, because look, I would much rather, like, if I'm going to buy a book, I'd rather that money go to a real artist and a real author. I don't want to pay somebody to just put some shit into a machine. Like, I could do that for free.
Right.
And I think visual artists might be the ones most in danger here.
Yeah,
like
I have to
because
I have to say,
yeah,
since they started doing AI generated art, I don't even feel like drawing anymore, and I used to draw all the time. It's like
I know. Well, that's already such a limited market. Like, to be able to make a living doing that, I feel like AI eating up any of that market share is just a disaster for them. And for some reason, with visual art, people have been more open to not caring about it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like with writing, people still care because it doesn't make good stuff. And with like music, I feel like, again, it doesn't really make good stuff. With the visual art, though, I personally don't think it looks that good, but it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah, it can look pretty bad.
Oh, it can. Oh, it can for sure. And I wish it wouldn't be allowed at all. Like, if it was up to me, I would nuke it. If I had the chance to nuke all AI everywhere, I would do it in a second. I don't think it's good for anybody.
I would nuke too, man. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
I think the downsides way outweigh any of the benefits. Like, there are some benefits, but not in creative spaces for sure. Exactly. I would say that. Like look, my dentist now uses AI, like, and effectively, like. No, this is actually one of the good uses of it, though. Like, in medicine, like, I think that's a great use of it, because like she feeds my X-ray, my dental X-rays into the machine, and then it can point out all the, like, potential problem areas. Yeah, exactly, right. So it just helps her pinpoint what might be an issue. So that I'm all for that, and that's a great use of it. But I don't want some artist to lose their fucking job.
No,
because
bad.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that sucks.
Yeah,
it's already hard enough to make it in art. You know what I mean? Like, it's always been difficult.
Yeah, true, man. It's hard.
Like, why make it harder? It's because people are lazy, honestly, or cheap. I guess you don't have to pay the AI as much as the artist.
They cheat, or they're too lazy. That's what it is.
Yeah. Remember Woods of the Coast got caught trying to put AI art into one of their books?
Yeah.
To be fair, Wizards of the Coast, it was the artist who ripped them off. It wasn't Wizards of the Coast didn't know.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it was the artist.
The artist got lazy, but that is And think about that though. Tank your own career, right? Like, who would hire that guy now?
Nobody's hiring that guy. They say, "Fuck you, dude."
That's on him. I don't feel bad for that guy.
Use AI, dude. Fuck you, dude. Use AI. See you later. Have fun.
I mean, you're trying to sell yourself as an artist, and then you use AI. Like, seriously, artists are supposed to be the victims of AI, not the ones using it. Like,
pretty much.
It's crazy.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what it was.
Yeah, I would totally get rid of AI if I could.
Oh, in a second. I just don't see how the benefits outweigh anything. Like, it's not good. I don't use it. Like, that's the thing. I never use it, so I don't feel like I have used it. I've tried it, but I don't really see what everybody gets out of it. Like,
I mean, I use it like to throw together like little images just for like the campaign stuff.
Yeah, I've used it for D&D art and stuff for sure. And I do use it to like generate like NPC names and stuff. But other than that, like, to me, that's what it's good for. Which, like, that's a hobby, so I don't feel bad. I'm not taking money out of anybody's pocket.
Right.
I can't. The only thing you do is searching for a website or searching for a picture on a web, so there's no big deal there.
Exactly. What I was doing before is I was Googling and Pinterest art, so it's really not any different. Like, I was not creating art for D&D stuff, so exactly. But for, like, I don't know, for work, I don't know.
If you use AI for work, you might be lazy and get
people. Yeah, I mean, that's what's happening though. I mean, a lot of people have gotten in trouble for using it for work stuff, haven't they?
Oh, yeah, they have. For sure they have.
The thing that's going on now is we get a lot of data, and this is not art, so this is just data, but the data is unstructured.
That's kind of the stuff it's good for, right?
It's good for, yeah, where we can say,
Yeah.
okay, skim through
It
this,
is.
structure it in this way. Then
Yeah.
I could take it and then, because I hate doing data entry. It's like, you do the data entry, then I'll just do the review.
Right.
That's where it's powerful. Yeah, so we do that.
It is. I
where
think that's honestly the biggest use of it, and probably the biggest upside for it is like
And
doing
you
the
still have to
the
have someone
shitty.
to check.
Well, you do because
yeah.
it does make mistakes.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a
the other
first pass.
fear.
Like
It is. Well, and it does save a lot of work though that way. Like if you only have to have somebody check it over and then make minor corrections, that's way easier than having to have somebody put all of that shit in there. Like, so I do see the upside to using it for sure for stuff like that, because that is really what it is doing. Even in like quote unquote creative stuff, it is really just compiling data in a specific way, right? Like that's what it's good at. It's really all it is. It's not actually artificial intelligence anyway, right? Like what people call it, it's not. It isn't. It is not thinking anything, right? But it does have some uses, but I think I'm so like nervous about what it's gonna do to society down the road. Like, who knows? Probably not good. I'll say that. Probably not good.
It's not good. It's not good.
Everyone's
man.
so late. You know how spell check basically made it so we don't know how to spell anymore?
Yep. Yes, you're right.
It's me. You're really lazy.
The thing is,
lazy.
The one thing that we're using is a large language model, so it treats all data like language, and it uses predictive tokens to figure out, like, you can't do 1 + 1 = 3 or 1 + 1 = 2. It doesn't understand that. It can't do analytics, like analytical math. It just is predicting what should be next.
It's
so
just that
it hallucinates.
So often 1 + 1, yes, 1 + 1 = 2 so often that when it looks through all the data, it says, well, that's what I put next. If you say 1 + 1, I put
but then
2
you give
next.
anything bigger than that, it'll hallucinate. And so that's our problem, is like, yeah, we got to make sure that people don't just accept what it's doing and then walk away. It's like, no.
And that's always going to be the limitation. No matter how quote unquote advanced it gets, it is predictive text. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like, and it's never going to be anything other than that, really, unless I assume they come from a completely different direction and reinvent it entirely. Like, the models that they're using is just advanced predictive text. Yeah. Basically what's been on our phones for 10 years.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I know, I think a lot of people don't quite get that. Like, I didn't get it first till I became a big thing, and I'm like, oh, this isn't actually any kind of artificial intelligence, really. Like, when people say that, it's not what they mean. Predictive text is not. Right, but you know, I know. Well, and now, right, I think the big problem too is, like, in schools, I think all these kids are using this shit for
those little cheaters.
All their homework and stuff. Yeah. I mean,
actually learn how to problem solve. They're just gonna cheat.
Right. So again, though, the downstream effects of that are terrible, right? Like, because you're gonna have some who do that through college, so they're gonna be getting actual advanced degrees, potentially in things where you actually have to know what you're doing or people's lives are on the line. I mean, that's definitely gonna happen. I mean, it's definitely gonna happen, right?
Yep.
You know, I assume that's why, you do a lot of residency for med school. You can't really fake that with AI. You got to be in there and actually doing it.
Well, I do have to comment on med school in itself is a lot of just memorization. It's not applying, it's memorization. So it's like,
it's true. Yeah, the real education comes in residency, right?
Yeah, like a surgery, that's different. You actually have to know your shit. But like Gen Med, you just, I have this virus. What do I have to get? Or you have this affliction. What's the drug? It's
right. It doesn't actually indicate if the person is good at applying that knowledge, right?
Right.
So because that's rote memorization. That doesn't mean they're good diagnosing. Because if you misdiagnose, it doesn't matter how good your knowledge is, right? Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, it's we'll see. And of course, you'll have people who try to use AI to manipulate stocks and markets and all that, which is that's maybe the worst downstream effect of all of it, right? Is you'll have some fucking guy rob people blind with it, right? Like, it's definitely gonna happen. Like, it's definitely gonna happen. It probably already has. Like,
yeah,
because it is good at data compilation. Like, it's good at that. Relative.
Or you just say make a collection so that it looks like it came from the IRS.
Oh, scammers must have a field day with it. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, it's crazy, but I wonder though if it. I don't know. Maybe I'm being hopeful, but part of me does wonder if it will sort of reach that thing collectively where we're all like, yeah, this isn't actually what we thought it was, guys, and we all know it. So, you know what I mean? Because I feel like I know a lot of people who are at that point with it, and people who thought it was gonna be something else. You know,
because I'm all for like flagging it, like just like the art, like this is AI generated or text.
100%.
This is AI generated.
It should. I think it should legally be required, personally.
Yeah.
Because I think you are stealing from people if you don't, right?
Yeah.
If somebody thinks
you're
they're
misrepresenting,
buying, yeah, and again, that's why I actually think it is fine for somebody to sell an AI generated novel, as long as they say that that's what it is.
Correct. Yeah.
I'm fine. Like if you say to me, "Hey guys, you know what? I'm gonna come out with an experimental line. So let's push the boundaries of AI. I'm gonna write a full novel, and that's advertised. Fine by me, no problem."
Yeah.
They're trying to
buy it,
deceive
that's their
people.
money. Yeah.
Right, they're trying to deceive people. That's the problem. Like that's the issue.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't give my money if I thought that's what it was. Right. Like, So I that's my feelings on it. But we'll see. I think it'll run its course ultimately. I think it's already. I think people are kind of already tired of it, to be honest.
Yeah, it's gonna go the same way as NFTs.
I think so. I think ultimately it will. Yeah. Like, well, because I think what the current models of AI have that people don't realize, I think, is it does have a limit to how good it's going to be. It's not just going to keep getting better and better and better till it's actually like an independent thinking machine. That's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not even replicating the way people think at all. It is predictive. That's just not how people think. That's not what awareness is, right? Like self-awareness is nothing to do with prediction. Like that's, so I think those fears have been laid to rest, right? The AI revolution thing. I assume most people realize how silly that was. Right, that's silly. Like, I think we all realize. I used to have that fear too, to be honest. That was one of my fears. I'm like, well, what if somebody puts it in a robot? It's like, yeah, if somebody puts that shit in a robot, it's gonna be stupid. Like, who cares? Like, I put it in a robot.
my somewhat smart car will auto brake on the freeway because it thinks the shadow's a car. So
exactly right.
Like itself.
Yeah, it's not. At the end of the day, humans are still gonna have to do shit for ourselves, whether we like it or not. We're not gonna actually be able to build the perfect slave. Like, it's not gonna happen. I mean, that's kind of the dream of AI, right?
Yeah.
So everyone
build a slave you don't have to feel bad about owning. Yeah, everybody wants to be lazy. Like, that's ultimately kind of like the purpose of like life is how can I do the most by doing the least? Like, but I don't think it's gonna happen. So, yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna take off now. So